Greetings, everyone. Today's topic is going to be dreams. Do they have any meaning, or are they always a load of nonsense cobbled together by your mind? Before I get into that, I want to read you a little bit from Story of a Soul, St Therese of Lisieux. Here she talks about a dream that she has. She writes the letter to a Sister Mary of the Sacred Heart. But the letter is actually addressed to Jesus, interestingly. So it's addressed to Jesus. It's like she's talking to Jesus, but she's writing the letter to Sister Mary of the Sacred Heart. So that's a fellow sister, a fellow nun. O Jesus, my beloved, who could express the tenderness and sweetness with which you are guiding my soul? It pleases you to cause the rays of your grace to shine through even in the midst of the darkest storm. Jesus, the storm was raging very strongly in my soul ever since the beautiful feast of your victory, the radiant feast of Easter. One Saturday in the month of May, thinking of the mysterious dreams which are granted at times to certain souls, I said of myself that these dreams must be a very sweet consolation. And yet I wasn't asking for such a consolation. So she's already saying, look, certain people get dreams that mean something. They're from above. They come from above, and they actually have some meaning. They might encounter an angel, or they might encounter Jesus in their dream, and it actually means something. And a lot of people don't have that grace. They just have dreams that mean nothing, but certain people are blessed with these kind of dreams. But she isn't asking to have this. She's just pointing out that some people have this. In the evening, considering the clouds which were covering her heaven, my little soul said again with herself that these beautiful dreams were not for her. And then she fell asleep in the midst of the storm. The next day was May 10th, the second Sunday of Mary's month, and perhaps the anniversary of the day when the Blessed Virgin deigned to smile upon her little flower. Her little flower, that would be St Therese talking about herself. At the first glimmerings of dawn, I was in a kind of gallery, and there were several other persons, but they are at a distance. So she's going into the dream now. She's explaining what was happening. Our mother was alone near me. Now, this is one area, actually, I'm not sure who she means. Because the letter is addressed to Jesus, so if she's referring to our mother talking to Jesus, then that will be Mary. She's telling Jesus, our mother, i.e. the Virgin Mary. But if she's talking to Sister Mary of the Sacred Heart, a fellow nun, then I suppose it might be like the head nun or something. I think it's about the Virgin Mary, but I'm not completely sure. If you're familiar with this book and you've read this, or you remember this passage, then please do let me know in the comments who she's referring to. But I think it's our Blessed Mother, the Virgin Mary. Suddenly, without seeing how they had entered, I saw 3 Carmelites dressed in their mantles and long veils. It appeared to me that they were coming for our mother, but what I did understand clearly was that they came from heaven. In the depths of my heart I cried out, "Oh, how happy I would be if I could see the face of one of these Carmelites." Then, as though my prayer were heard by her, the tallest of the saints advanced toward me. Immediately I fell to my knees. Oh, what happiness! The Carmelite raised her veil, or rather she raised it and covered me with it. Without the least hesitation, I recognized Venerable Anne of Jesus, foundress of Carmel in France. Her face was beautiful, but with an immaterial beauty. This is actually often how people describe the Virgin Mary, like people who have had apparitions. They say it's an unexplainable beauty. You can't even really compare it to anything in the world. And here, this is the way Therese of Lisieux talks about Venerable Anne of Jesus. She says it was an immaterial beauty. No ray escaped from it, and still, in spite of the veil which covered us both, I saw this heavenly face suffused with an unspeakably gentle light, a light it didn't receive from without, but was produced from within. I cannot express the joy of my soul, since these things are experienced but cannot be put into words. Several months have passed since this sweet dream, and yet the memory it has left in my soul has lost nothing of its freshness and heavenly charms. I still see Venerable Mother's glance and smile, which was filled with love. I believe I can still feel the caresses she gave me at this time. Now, a little bit earlier in the book, St. Therese talks about how she would never have these kind of dreams. She would always dream about different things, fields, flowers, all these kind of, I mean, nice dreams, nicer than the ones I have, but not a very specific, like meeting a saint or seeing an angel or anything like that. And later on, actually, she also mentions in the book that she'd never really thought about Venerable Anne of Jesus. She'd never spent a whole lot of time thinking about her, and yet here she was in her dream. So it isn't like, someone might say if you're thinking constantly about something, then you're going to get a dream because your mind then projects that into your sleep and you see the person you're always thinking about. In this case, she was not thinking about Venerable Anne of Jesus, and yet there she was in her dream. And it does beg the question, because unlike apparitions where you are clearly awake and you're seeing the Virgin Mary or you're seeing some holy figure, people have dreams. So if you say, I had a dream, and in this dream an angel from heaven came to me and told me something, they'll say, yeah, okay, it was a dream though. So it probably didn't happen. But yet people sometimes have very specific dreams. Let me give you an example. I have an Ecuadorian very close friend, and she has a sister. And some years ago, her sister had a dream. And in this dream, she saw a beautiful lady in white, who she recognized as the Virgin Mary. And this lady told her that she was pregnant. And she didn't know she was pregnant at this time, by the way. So in the dream, she told her she was pregnant. And she said that she would have a baby girl. And she asked her to call the baby girl Rosario. That, for those who don't know, in Spanish means rosary. So not long after the dream, my friend's sister went to check if she was pregnant at the doctor's. And it turned out she was pregnant. She did not know this, as I said. She then checked if it was a boy or a girl. I don't know if she did that on the same day or later on. And it turned out to be a girl. And she has named her Rosario. And Rosario is now 9 years old. And I'm keeping an eye on Rosario, because if this is indeed a message from the Blessed Mother saying, call this child Rosario, then she might be destined for great things, but we'll see. But again, a dream that, the skeptics will say, but it's a dream though. People have dreams. Sometimes they can be all kinds of things. They mix things together. But how do you explain this? She was told very specific things that she didn't know, my friend's sister. And then it turned out that all those things were true. Surely the brain isn't so smart that it would somehow tell you in your sleep what is happening with your body. So there we go. If you've had any interesting dreams that you're pretty sure were messages and not just a load of nonsense cobbled together, please do write about it in the comments. I would love to read about it. Or if you're like me and most of your dreams are just really annoying and just you'd rather not have them because they're just a complete waste of time, put that in there too. Or maybe you don't even remember any of your dreams. Whatever it is, if you have anything interesting to say about the dreams you have, put it down in the comments. I'll have a read. Thank you very much for watching the video, and see you again soon.